One of the narratives of Ironheart and the character of Riri Williams, both in the comic books and the TV show, is how she's basically better than Tony Stark. And we have to be constantly reminded of how she's a genius at every turn, it seems. I mean, yeah, sure, Tony Stark was this billionaire who underwent a significant personal transformation and risked his life to save the world many times over until he finally died in the process. But he's a straight white male billionaire, so he can't possibly be as stunning and brave and wonderful as Riri Williams. Oh no. In many respects, Riri Williams basically chooses to live in Tony Stark's shadow out of pure petty jealousy and resentment of his character. But unlike Riri Williams, who will likely be forgotten after her mediocre TV show ends, Tony Stark left behind an actual legacy that was meaningful, memorable, and genuinely iconic. Unlike the Ironheart suit, I mean, just look at the absolute state of the opening of the first episode of Ironheart.
Okay, just to let you know.
We're listening.
Your girl finna be bigger than Jobs.
Right.
Bigger than Gates.
Right.
Bigger than Pym.
Right.
Bigger than Stark.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, she's certainly confident, isn't she? So she's saying that she's going to be bigger than all of those men that went before her combined. The absolute state of this show. I mean, the narcissism of this character is off the scale. How come Tony Stark and, indeed, Hank Pym weren't constantly comparing themselves to their peers or claiming how they were better than someone else that went before them? They just got on with being great on their own merits. Right? They just did good work that was meaningful. I imagine writing something like this and thinking that anyone was going to find this character to be even remotely likable or relatable. She's just obnoxious. You know, perhaps what would be a good story arc for Riri Williams is if she learns the wisdom that comparison is the thief of joy. Now, I know you're going to be shocked, so I hope you're sitting down. Yes, reviews thus far for Ironheart have been mixed, and that's being kind. They've mostly been very mid, actually. In fact, at the time of making this video, Ironheart's all-critic score is just 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Its top critic score is 50%. That's almost as bad as Secret Invasion's 45%. I mean, you know how tough it was for me to sit through that show. Ironheart's all-audience score sits at 66% at the moment. Again, among the lower end of the Marvel TV show spectrum for Rotten Tomatoes scores. What's very interesting is how critics haven't been just tripping over themselves to praise this show. Usually mainstream critics would be very flattering of something like this show. I'm surprised. Over at Metacritic, things just get worse for Ironheart. The critic score is only 57, and the user score is 3.1 out of 10. That's about what I would have expected, to be honest. I didn't exactly have high hopes for this show. It is effectively a follow-up to the snooze fest that was Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Finally, heading on over to IMDb, things aren't looking too much better. Ironheart has so far got a rating of 4.3 out of 10. Yikes. Now, it's important to say that there's only been 3 episodes released so far, so there's 3 more to go. This is a 6-part miniseries, so ratings can change, of course. Now, which direction do you reckon these ratings are going to go in, dear viewer? Yeah, I wouldn't have high hopes of a major turnaround, to be quite honest. If there is an improvement at all, I suspect it'll be marginal at best. Given the lukewarm reaction the show has received from critics and audiences so far, I'd be confident to say that Disney Marvel will be happy enough to put this show behind them in due course. The show, of course, was greenlit way back in 2020. It's quite a while ago now. Back when studios had basically banked on the girl boss message Back when DC had that Batwoman TV series. You remember that, right? Maybe Disney Marvel thought they needed to emulate that train wreck or something. I don't know. Anyway, Ironheart was in the pipeline for a long time, and so they probably weren't in a position to shelve this one. It had to be put out there eventually. Well, it's out now. It's there. And it's getting pretty much the reaction that many of us predicted it would get. Yeah. So that's the story with Ironheart, it seems. 3 more episodes to go. For the few of you who are actually watching it among my subscriber base, I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates. Of course, hit that like button, share this video out there. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.